This is the third week in October, and we have lots of news. We have Pump Fund acquiring the trading terminal Padre. We have CS2 skins crashing in price and eliminating half of the market cap of all the CS2 skins. That the CS2 skins, they started back in 13, 14. I remember that's when the first loot box casino started to appear with the skins. And we also have Meteora token generation event. Meteora dropped its token, and not only they dropped the token, but they also did airdrop at the same time. So everyone who was doing the strategies of providing liquidity on Meteora, maybe buying meme coins and then providing liquidity on Solana meme coins, all of those people who created their own pools, they also got airdropped, and that was the easiest way to get Meteora airdrop, is to create your own pools. However, it's of course super risky to create pools for and provide liquidity for meme coins, because the whole idea is that you find a range as a market maker, because you end up being a market maker. You find a range and you should be staying in the range, and you get fees as long as that coin trades in that range. And meme coins, they're just getting out of the range all the time because they pump and then they dump. So that's not quite it's really hard to establish the range. And in other platforms, you couldn't, you would be losing money, because you would be, you will have intermittent, you will have, what's the called? You will be losing your money, because the coin that you bought and you're providing liquidity with, it's going down in value. So not only you're not earning the trading fees, you're also losing the value of your coin. So that was what Meteora was famous for. But first, as always, let's look at a little bit of trading and technical analysis. Let's see what's happening in the market as a from the high picture, and then look at individual Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and then look at those news, and then we'll go in the trenches and swipe left and right and see what's popping right now. So we have here Pump Fund open, but let's go back. Crypto Fear and Greed Index is at 32. We are in a fear territory, which is, it's surprising to me how long it's the second time in 2025 we in that territory. So 2025 going to be remembered in crypto history as one of those, like 22, it's the year after the big pump, but we didn't have the big pump. In 2024 wasn't the big pump. And the lowest it went was 27. That's of course after the let's see, when was the October 10? That was the October 10. We went briefly into the greed territory, and then we collapsed down to the into the fear. That was such no one expected that, and that's why the fear just went down all the way. Even though we are between two FOMC rate cuts, even though everything seems all right, and everyone already okay with Trump's style of governing, but still he announces the new tariffs and markets just goes haywire. And Binance has this issue with how they price collateral in USDE, and we have the biggest wipeout in crypto because everyone was super leveraged. You can see that on this is the drop. You see open interest. That was open interest on Hyperliquid. It was 13 billion on October 9, and it went down to 6 billion on October 10 in the afternoon. Collapse in half. And even now you can see how all of these people, they got wiped out, their accounts got wiped. So the ones get open is they either had a big chunk of just cash sitting on their Hyperliquid account, or they were not out of the position. And only those people got saved, because even if you use 2x leverage on the safest coin like Bitcoin and Ethereum, you still would get wiped out. You still get liquidated because prices went down this low on Hyperliquid specifically. The prices went down more than 10% for Bitcoin and Ethereum. what's funny to me is now people are back. It's been 2 weeks, and people start building up the open interest again. So what is open interest? Is the amount of all of the perps open, the volume of all the shorts and longs together. So that's open interest. This is specifically for perps, for perpetual futures, and it's not the volume of just Bitcoin and Ethereum trading. So volume is a different metric, open interest is a different metric. Open interest is for perpetual futures, which is a synthetic, it's not the real assets being traded. And then Bitcoin and Ethereum volume, it's the different metric. And the volume is for Ethereum and Bitcoin spot market, where the actual underlying asset is being traded. So you can see that the volume started to go up. And I was wondering why, what happened? What happened in the last 2 weeks that caused this increase in open interest? We have no positive news. Maybe the fact that Bitcoin didn't go down lower and kept in the range above 107. But then I realized McDonald's is actually gets paid. People get paid every 2 weeks. The paychecks comes bi-weekly. So the paycheck came in and people started to deposit their paycheck in the Arbitrum, transfer the Arbitrum back into the Hyperliquid, and they are back in business. So that's the sentiment right now. We started to climb a little bit up from the lows that we had, and my personal opinion is this, in the next few days, today's Friday and we are closing already, the market's already closed, we're not gonna have big volatility unless of course Trump tweets some bullshit. And I think we are setting up a little bit of a bull trap, because the event that happened on October 10, and that was on Binance, that is very big hit on crypto and on the sentiment in general. And all those people, it's gonna take time for them to rebuild their position. We already see that on Hyperliquid they started building those positions, but those might be short positions. And I think we're building a little bit of a bull trap, and prices might go higher a little bit, and then we're gonna revisit this low, at least on the Fear and Greed Index. But let's stop looking at this Fear and Greed Index. It's fictional, isn't it? Astrology, astronomy, astrology for men, as Wintermute CEO Evgeny Gaevoy said, looking at charts is astronomy for man. And I agree with him. And it all comes down to belief and strategy. I think that's how his tweet goes. So that's Bitcoin. We held the level of 106, as I mentioned, and we are just bouncing from that support level. And right now, let's look at weekly. So it's a little bit more clear what's going on here. We had almost a breakout of all-time high of 125. What's the highest here? 125,700. And then the next week we touched and we make all-time high 126,200. But breakouts needs to be fast. Big large order comes in, and then it needs to pierce through all the liquidity. All of the shorts need to be taken out, and it should be accelerated up. That's how breakouts happen. And when it's just touching the resistance and it's just staying at the resistance level, chances of breakout are lower after that. And then we had 2 weeks of down. So October 10, right now is October 24th. This is the third week of October. The next week we dumped, and we are just not establishing lower level. We're not going below. And this week it seems to be it's going to close green, and we're going to close above. As long as we close above 108, it's a good sign. But we need to have some strength. We need to have some optimism in the market. And so far, we just had a bad news after another bad news. For example, today we're going to talk about CS2 market also collapsing in half. And that's also bad for crypto, because we want bubbles inflating everywhere. The total market cap for different markets needs to be increasing and not decreasing. And that was driven by the Steam decision, which is CSGO market is very centralized because they're all made by the one entity, by the gaming company, the Steam. But okay, so this is Bitcoin price, Ethereum. ETH stays, it's just cannot touch above $4,000. It just doesn't want to go above 4K. It's been a long time just spending under 4,000, and in my opinion that's not good, because this a little bit seems like a breakout happened. It's a little bit of a stretch to say that that was a fake breakout, and we didn't, to me this was a breakout, but we didn't establish a new range. So we're kind of bouncing between this 4,700 and 3,800, and right now it's not clear where we're gonna go. We definitely have lower highs. We have, if we count from here, 1, 2, 3, and this is 4. These are lower highs, and we have kind of on the same level the lows, and that's not a good price action to be trading with. It would be better if we had lower highs and the same level resistance, price going like this, then that's something more similar to or resembles the breakout's going to happen to the upward. But right now this, I think, is we're just looking for excuse to dump lower to the next level, which is 2,800. But if we zoom out and we'll look at the bigger picture, we kind of stay at the let's remove all of these drawings. So weekly. So let's see what would be the price to close this week so it's not very, very bearish. Yeah, 3,800. 3,800, it was tested in February 2024, in March 24, a little bit slightly higher at the December 2024. But as long as we're trading here and we're not piercing, so the wicks, they did go down and lower than 3,800, but right now we're above it, and as long as we stay here, we are fine. And given the fact that we are continuing bouncing from the support level and not piercing it, together with the fact that our fear and greed index already so low, that is a good sign, because there is not much area, space, fear to come lower, because we already have all this negative news and the price didn't go lower. That's a good thing. However, if we have another revisit of this 25 mark on fear and greed index, you can see the gray line is the Bitcoin price, then it's possible that we might break for Ethereum, break that support level and go down from 3,800. Solana, the majors might be holding the price, but some of the more speculative one like Solana, they might not be as robust and strong. However, it is strong. It's not going down, same price action. We had this retest of the support level and we bounced from it, and right now we have a small breakout from this. If we connect the previous tops, we have a small breakout here, but it's not very big. Solana looks not bad here, but again, we need to see how the month of October will close. The event that happened on October 10, it's just too big of an event for the market to turn and do a V-shaped recovery. I don't believe in V-shaped recoveries. They are very rare in the market. And if we had, because of October 10, I think we're gonna close October on the same level, if not a little bit lower. And then we need to spend some time for the market to digest that before the market will gain back its positive outlook, before we can turn bullish. It doesn't happen immediately. And we already had all the DAT companies, the Michael Saylor, what's the DAT stands for? That is digital asset treasury. When the company buys assets, crypto in this case, and then they issue debt and sell it to TradFi. And TradFi, a lot of funds, they cannot buy crypto yet because they're not allowed, but they can get exposure to crypto through these DAT companies. And we had already the Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, all of the major ones. We have the company that buys CryptoPunks, the NFTs, and does the same. Just there are definitely some meme coin ones. So that narrative already, the steam is out, the steam is over. There is no more, nothing to pump higher, and there needs to be a new narrative. And to my opinion, there is no narrative right now. We are at the 2025. There was AI meme coins, the project coins, they didn't go anywhere. We had the CCM, ICM metas, the internet capital markets, and that also didn't go anywhere. And right now it's a little bit between the metas, the new one going to happen next, but we just don't know when. So Solana is holding the price, but not above 200. This is the clear resistance line right here. It's a previous resistance line set up. It's right there. This is the resistance line. The fact that we are going above a little bit, I wouldn't count it as a breakout from that. Or on weekly, it looks a little bit better. On weekly, it looks a little bit better. Because here you can see the blue area is where the resistance area is, and we closed the previous weeks, all the weeks of October, they closed in that area or above it, in case of the week where the collapse happened, October 10th week, and we are holding the level. So yeah, even though Solana is more volatile, that's why on the daily it looks like it didn't hold the previous resistance level, but on the weekly it does. So we will consider the higher time frame more important than the lower time frame. Pump Fund bought Padre. What is Padre? It's a trading terminal on the desktop. You might heard Axiom, or you're using Axiom. We have Axiom, we have Padre, Photon. Those are trading terminals on desktop to trade meme coins. And Padre was, I was checking and doing a little bit of research. I didn't use Padre myself. I started with Photon, then I used Axiom, I used Bullex before the Axiom. And Axiom went through the Y Combinator. They're very well funded. They were taking all the best features, and they were able to get the market share from Bullex, even though they were not, Bullex were before them. And Padre came out even later, and I wasn't sure why we need another player in this game, because Axiom was doing everything well. They have deep pockets with investors, very connected in Silicon Valley. But however, Padre came out, and the main difference of Padre between an Axiom is multi-chain. So Padre supports Base, BNB, and Ethereum chains, and while Axiom doesn't, it's only Solana. And that's made me thinking, why would Pump Fund buy a trading terminal that's also support other chains and not buy some other trading terminals? And I think that Pump Fund wants to go into other chains as well. They want to make a launchpad and make it possible for Base and for Ethereum tokens. Well, Base and Ethereum is the same, but maybe BNB token and Ethereum Base tokens to be able to launch. So if you want to use the Pump Fund community and everything that they build, and maybe tap a little bit into the liquidity so that people don't need to swap into BNB tokens and then into the base tokens. It's possible that Pump Fund is preparing for us a switch so that you can just choose which chain you want to launch your token and then buy it. Because does Pump Fund really need a trading terminal? They actually had the same swim lanes, you can call them, before, and you could trade the same way as you on other trading terminals. So, however, they still decided to acquire Padre for maybe for some other reasons. I'm just speculating here. But maybe the team was really good and they were performing very well and they just wanted to hire those people. Who knows? But my speculation is that Pump Fund wants to go into other chains. You need to remember that also Alan stated that they actually want to go away from crypto narrative in general. They want to become the next TikTok, the next Twitch, and support streamers. And if they go with that, going away from the crypto narrative, it's possible, it shows you that they are not fixated on specifically Solana, specifically on crypto. So venturing into other chains, allowing people to launch tokens on other chains, I think we might see that by the end of the year. Another thing about this acquisition is that Padre had a utility token, and the utility token, well, first I wanted to tell you about the differences between Axiom and Padre, how much Padre is smaller than Axiom. So we have here the daily volume on Padre is 7 mil. 7 mil. Here it's 5 mil, and the daily fees are 50k. So they make 50k in just one day. Whereas an Axiom volume is 136, almost 137, and 130, 100. So 7 and 100, right? Amount in fees is, wow, Axiom makes 1.4 million per day. That is bonkers. 1.4 million per day in fees Axiom makes. In terms of traders, we have 50,000 daily traders on Padre, and we have 800 on Axiom. Sorry, that's daily trades. 27 daily unique. Yeah, and 50. So Padre has a 1,700 daily users. And here it says daily unique. Well, for Padre we don't have the daily unique, but we have just daily users. I think that's about right. So 28,000, 23,000 for Axiom, and 1,500 to 2,000 for Padre. So Padre is 5 times smaller. $20 times smaller. Well, yeah, like 10 times smaller than Axiom. Not anywhere near the volume of Axiom. Now, the controversy that we have is Padre used to have a utility token, and the ticker was Padre, and it was Ethereum token, surprise, surprise, not a Solana token. And the reason why I'm telling you it's utility token, because they didn't market the token as just a meme coin, like one of those ICM market narratives. No, they said we have a token and they already launched it, and the ticker is Padre, and we will have some utility for it. Here we have Padre holders can now earn 30% of revenue generated by Padre platform. It's the same narrative that Binance did when Binance became big and they launched BNB. They said, oh, if you have pay for the trading not in USDT, the whatever fees for trading are, but if you pay in the BNB token, then we give you a discount. So creating some demand for BNB token and making people buy the BNB. And that's the that's the first step that exchanges do to give some utility to their token. Padre did the same. They didn't want to invent the wheel. So here they have official, you see that's a screenshot from official, that was January 1st, right? Oh, 31st. January 31st, 2025. The beginning of the year, they say, here's the token we have, and it has a utility. And on top of that, they also said that game-changing utility for the Padre token, revenue sharing. Okay, so January 16. The more Padre you hold, a wallet designated within the Padre app, the larger your share of the rewards. That's another incentive to have the Padre token. Boost rewards through trading. Active trading volume with the Padre app increases your share even further, making even every trade count. So just official documentations in the docs. So this is the Twitter, this is the docs of Padre, said this token has utility. And guess what the announcement was from Pump? The Padre token will no longer have utility on the platform with no further plans for the future. And this is another crime that happened on chain in crypto, because when the news about acquisition came out, this is Padre token, it was trading at 5.6 million market cap. Of course, it started to go up. So it doubled in price immediately from 5.6 to roughly 11 mil. And people were piling up in that trade. And then the tweet came out, or maybe the tweet came, people saw this. People saw the news of the acquisition, but they didn't read the whole thread because you had to scroll down a little bit to find this tweet. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth tweet in a thread where something mentioned about the Padre token. And look at that. There are people who bought at this level, at 10 mil. And the token went down from the initial values, from 5.6, it went down by 83% now. Because they said, it's useless token now, we don't need it anymore. You cannot get more clear as that. And of course, after the acquisition, Pump Fund has its own token, so they don't need another project under their in their portfolio that has another token. And that is very, very sad that this what happened. If you remember, Pump Fund acquired Scan, and their token exploded in price. Let's quickly check that, if it's even still traded. Yeah, you see that God's candle? That was the Scan. It happened just a couple months ago in July. They were traded at 200K, just nothing. It was just one of those ICM narrative. Scan, just look, here's the website, and you can see who made the most money out of all the influencers, out of all KOLs. Nothing special, just a website, not a trading bot, not a big, heavy piece of software. And the token just exploded on the news from 100K, look at this, to 6 mil. Oh no, that is a God's candle. I forgot that it's God's candle. To 20 mil, just on that news. Of course, after that it's corrected, but still, it stayed 5 times higher from where it started. Because Pump Fund didn't say anything about the Scan token. Because Scan didn't say that their token is a utility token. And maybe now they were obligated to say something about Padre token. So that's very unfortunate for everyone who was believing in Padre, and it shows you that these project tokens, at the end of the day, you'll get screwed because you are not controlling the narrative. There is no connection between the token and the equity. And even when the exit like this happens, this was supposed to be, this is a good news in the ICM narrative, ICM markets. And it shows you that ICM market meta for speculators, for traders, is dead. because if you buy some project coin, even when the good news coming out of acquisition, um, then it can be destroyed. The value can be destroyed just like this. The project of the whoever acquired it, they will say no use for the token anymore. Sorry. Yeah. So that's Padre. Meteora had a token generation event, TGE. It launched, the ticker is MET, M-E-T, and it was traded at 670 million market cap. What is Meteora? Meteora is a liquidity provider. It's an AMM, automated market maker on Solana. So on Solana we have Jupiter. Jupiter routes orders and finds the best liquidity between the dexes. And the dexes on Solana are Orca, Radium, and Meteora. Those are the biggest ones. And Radium specializes in the fastest, highest execution. That's why Pump Fund used Radium for their pools. And before Pump Fund created their own liquidity pools, they were using Radium, and the tokens were deployed to Radium pools. And Orca is kind of like a simple, the more simple product, and not as good as Radium and not as good as Meteora, nothing special about it. It was like a first, I wouldn't call it experiment, but it doesn't have as deep tech as the other two. So how's different Meteora from Radium is that Meteora uses dynamic liquidity market maker pools, DLMM. And dynamic liquidity market maker is when you deposit your liquidity, your tokens to Meteora, you have those bins where you can set in which bins you want to provide liquidity. And if you can nail down the best range for your liquidity, you will collect the most fees. And once the price moves out from those bins, you generating less liquidity. And that's prevents you from losing capital and maximizes your returns when you provide liquidity. With auto-adjusting fees and concentrated liquidity for high capital efficiency. While Radium combines standard automated market maker pools with Serum's order book for deeper high volume liquidity. So again, Radium specializes more on the high volume throughput, but not as optimal for market makers, for liquidity providers, and Meteora is more for liquidity providers. Meteora prioritizes automated yield optimization and MEV resistance for passive income. So MEV is maximum extractable value. That's those sandwich attacks. The bots, you take, the order comes into the mempool, and then the validator sees your order and they want to process it, but then they have the MEV bot working and the transaction would be sandwiched before your order so that they can do a little bit of the, what's the word? We have day trading and we have scrap. I'm forgetting words today, but the sandwich attacks, that's the MEV, and Meteora has MEV resistance, so they would not allow those little sandwich attacks to happen. Scrape, isn't it called Scrape? I think it's called Scrape. No, not Scrape. I forgot. MEV resistance for passive income, whereas Radium emphasized broad market access and ecosystem integration for trading and token launches. Meteora targets advanced LPs seeking low-risk, high-yield strategies, and Radium caters to high-volume traders and broader DeFi participants. So that's the difference between Meteora and Radium. I felt like it's important for you to understand, because you would hear about Meteora and you'll be like, if you're just coming into the Solana ecosystem, you will think, what's the difference between Radium? Here's the difference. If you're just trading tokens, there is no big difference. If on Dex Screener, sometimes when you type in some ticker, for example, we just had ColdScan, you see, so this is Radium and this is Meteora, and you can once you bought the token, you can provide the liquidity and you can open your own pools on Meteora and start earning fees on that. So this is kind of like another way for you to make money in crypto, is to provide liquidity and earn those fees, which is an amazing innovation on my opinion, because in the past, if you wanted to be a market maker for stocks, let's say for New York Stock Exchange, it was out of the question. Like for average Joe, you just sitting somewhere, let's say in Thailand, you have just $100. How can you market make US stocks? You cannot. Crypto, Meteora gives you that opportunity. You have your $100, you bought your shit coins, you create your own pool, boom, you now market making. It gives you an opportunity, if you possess the knowledge and hopefully experience, or you can learn as you go, to start making money, not just by trading and gambling, but also just by providing liquidity, setting up the ranges, setting up those bins, so that you make more money on yield. So that's the Meteora. They went out at 670 million market cap, and of course it's went down, and right now it's 252. Why I say of course? Because when we have TGE, the investors, maybe the team, they all start selling because they want to. It's a liquidity moment for them. It's just like IPO. So from 670 to 250, and right now it seems to be the bottom. This is how chart looks like. It's went down substantially in the last 30 minutes. Is that 30 minutes? No, it's a little bit earlier than that. But in these two candles, this one candle is 15 minutes. In these 30 minutes, it went down by 4%, 4.5. But this is how the chart looks like right now. And for those who maybe bought the MET token, here's a little bit of insight. What happened is Meteora distributed 15.4 million of MET token. 15.4 million dollars worth of MET token was distributed, and 14 million out of those 15.4, 14 million were dropped to three biggest disappointments, which was the Trump launch, the Melania launch, and where is the other one? Kelsier Ventures, the Libra token wallets. Because why, you would ask, they received 14 mil out of 15.4. It's actually simple. It's because they produced the most volume. We know that Trump token was the biggest launch, the biggest event in crypto, in meme coins in January 2025 this year. And of course, whoever created the pool for that Trump token, because it was dropped on chain, it wasn't launched through Binance, it wasn't dropped, it was launched on chain. The ticker was given on Twitter, and people could start trading it. So of course, if you look merit based and you just look into numbers, you would not be surprised that the pool that deployed the token and then provided liquidity, that's the pool who deserve the most of the airdrop, because the airdrop is given to people who provide the biggest, made the biggest volume on chain. So Trump wallets received, one wallet received 7 mil and another wallet received 2 to 3 mil. So just Trump wallets received 10 mil. And then Melania received 1.2 mil. And then Hagen, what was his name? Kelsier Ventures, this guy, this beautiful human being, he received, he had 300 wallets. So they were just farming. They were either farming the token, or they couldn't provide liquidity from 300 wallets. But that's what the fact that those people received the drop, they transferred it into OKX and sold it immediately, and that caused 40 to 70% drop in price. And this is the result of that sell. It's actually not 60%. So where is that 60% drop then? This price might not be maybe showing correctly, but we can say that from this, with this chart, it was trading at 700. No, this chart is also not showing 670. But this is the numbers that we're operating with. That it started trading at 670. Let's see his screenshot. Where is the market cap? Here, right here. Market cap is 670, and now is at 250. So that's 3 times lower. That's the drop that was caused by the sellout of this 14 million in token sales. And that's also gives you a little bit of perspective. Like we lost from 700 to 260 is $440 million worth of market cap, but only 14 mil was dumped into the market. That just gives you the understanding how much actual money needs to transfer hands and be sold for the market cap to drop. So that's Meteora TGE. And the last what I wanted to talk about is CSGO. CS is created by Steam, and they are the developers. So in a sense, they are the dev, like the meme coin dev of the CSGO skins. And in the game, you can change the gloves, the skins of your guns, and you could have knives. And those things are custom, and those things were traded outside of the game. And what Valve is the company behind the Steam, and the Steam is the company behind the marketplace, behind where all those skins were traded. So what they did is they updated some terms where you could change 5 covert items of highest weapon quality into a gold item, knives and gloves. So knives and gloves, they are the most expensive things, and then this, I assume those are, so knives and gloves are the most expensive. I guess the guns skins are the least expensive, but the fact that you could convert 5 to 1, that's what crushed the market, because before there were some items that were traded on the third-party marketplaces that were traded for hundreds of thousands of dollars, but on Steam they had a cap for the maximum price of those items, and the cap for the max price was no more than 10K, so high 4 digits for the items, because CSGO, the Valve and Steam, they don't want to promote speculation, they don't want to people to trade outside of their platform. So I think they saw what's happening and the fact that they are losing some of that fees. And another thing that Valve has and Steam has is for every transaction, there is 15% tax, 15% transaction fees for trades that happen on Steam. And they saw that all of these very expensive items, their price is 10 times higher than it's on their platform. And people are not even trading it on their platform, and they're not making any of those fees. So they just decided to shoot themselves in the foot, and they cut 50% of the market cap of the skins, and it's over $3 billion. It's roughly, the meme coin market was estimated to be $6 billion, and the meme coins were the same, on the same value, on the same level with the Counter-Strike skins. But again, one company controls it. It's not like different devs rugging you. It's one company rugging all of the skins. You couldn't mint your own skins and then use them in the game. So this is another bad, like, if you look at what's happening, right? We have the Padre acquisition. The Padre token goes down considerably. We have the Meteora TGE, and it goes down 60-70%. And then we have CSGO skins going down by 50% in value. the total market cap. And I would say all of these news are negative, and that's why I believe that we're definitely not having the altcoin season, and the sentiment continues to stay negative. And I don't expect all-time highs for at least in the month of October, and probably we're gonna chop in the range for longer than we expected. Now, that's all with news. And yeah, and on Steam, another thing about trading on Steam is you could not withdraw the money. So even though if you sold your skins and you made some money, you cannot withdraw it. You only can spend it on some other skins in the market. So Valve doesn't dig the whole crypto trading and gambling narrative. They don't want to turn into the gambling narrative, and they also highly scrutinized, and because they are operating in the countries, and they're like, they can get sued, and by all those agencies, CFTC, SEC, for creating a marketplace of unregistered securities. Like SEC can easily comes to them and say, hey, your skins are unregistered securities now. With the new leadership, they might argue that okay, skins are more like meme coins are collectibles, and we are not creating a marketplace of unregistered securities. But they don't want to even go into that, and that's why they're doing what they're doing. They don't want maybe the prices to balloon too much, and they want people to stay on their platform so they can collect 15% exchange trading fees. Let's see what's popping in the trenches. It do be like that, Mr. Stencil. Let's refresh. Vibecode.fun launched 7 months ago, 35%. The true disruption would be a code editor that suggests refactoring based on Zen principles. When you strip away the unnecessary dependencies, what remains is pure function. This isn't an app, it's a portal to your authentic self. What a beauty. This dev at least spent some time to write a good description. Couple prompts it took him to write that good description. May 16, April 8, these are old tweets. March 12, let's say the latest. Sleeping Giant, okay, 400 impressions. Do we have any big ones? 300 impressions, 300, 200, some bots. What's happening with the price? Oh, the price just going down. Oh, the price is going up, not down. It went down to 80K. And since October 1st, the whole month of October, it's been going up. Were there some important updates that caused it to go up? The sound is not good. How's the sound? Let me know, people, if the sound is good or not. Gonna check quickly if we have issues with the sound, and if we don't, we'll continue. continue. Let me know, guys, if the sound is not good. Okay, I will continue. Let me know if the sound is not good. But I don't see any issues. Sound should be good. So we are looking at vibecode.fun. Okay, I will continue. Let me know if the sound is not good. All of these are old tweets. Why are we pumping from 80k but to I don't 500? See any issues. Sound should be good. Dev.fun. So we are looking at vibecode.fun. Okay, I will continue. Let me know if the sound is not good. March 12. All of these are old tweets. Why are we pumping from 80k but I don't 500? See any issues. App itself. Sound should be good. Didn't see any valuable tweets here. So we are looking at from the top vibecode.fun. Okay, what is I will continue. Let me know if the sound is not good. March 12. All of these are old tweets. Why are we pumping from 80k but I don't 500? See any issues. App itself. Sound should be good. Don't want the echo here. So he is the co-founder of Coliseum, but did he do dev.fun? Did he deploy that token? He's not promoting it anywhere. Or maybe he stopped promoting? Well, it's definitely not a good sign if he is not even mentioning it. Yeah, I don't see anything about. Let's check the. I hope there is community for Rick. So Coliseum is the biggest hackathon for Solana. And if Rick came out of the hackathon, it's okay. There are lots of projects that came out from that hackathon, and everyone familiar with the ICM narrative, so there will be tokens launched left and right. Okay, so the Caribillions mentioned it in a tweet. So he just mentioned it in a tweet. That's not big. This is, dear God, this is the most recoded thing I've been seeing DevPump launched. DevFun Pump. The Way of Code, the project in collaboration with Anthropic. So he mentioned it. That's it. Where is the community? If there is no community, how else can I find out about updates? So this is the website. What's hot? 28,000 apps. Is this ICM Launchpad? Is that the idea? I assume if I click here, I'll go to Pump Fund, yeah. Okay, last attempt to find the community for this token. So we can learn about Rick. I don't see it. No community. Just some shillers, some bots. Vibe coding era. Yeah, no community, no developer. I don't know. I don't even know what we're buying. I don't know even who's gonna rug me. There needs to be a rule that you need to have opportunity to meet who's gonna rug you. That's in the US Constitution. If you are getting prosecuted, you're supposed to see who are you getting prosecuted by. Same should be in meme coins. You need to see who gonna rug you, and if you cannot see who's rugging you, then you don't buy that coin. Solana Spaces, home of IRL Solana experiments. That's an old coin. Yeah, that is an old coin. And why is it pumping now? From 300, 400 to 800? Nah, give me something new. Not interested in that. Nyla, the official token of the Nyla AI universe. Yes, that is the bot. That is quite popular on Twitter in general. It can send payments, macro payments. You can send tips to people. You can say @Nyla bot and then just send money to this person or to that person. So 2.6 mil. Nyla AI. Traders. The Venmo of Twitter, but it does so much more. Send, transfer, and partner with using Nyla. Agent Nyla. I've been buying it up until now. This feature is perfect. It's convenient as hell. Oh, what's the feature? If you want to send cryptocurrency to a friend but they don't have a wallet, just Agent Nyla on Twitter and you can transfer directly. The recipient doesn't even need to have a wallet. The system will automatically create one for them. It's convenient as hell. This feature is perfect for attracting newbies to the space in terms of current liquidity. I heard they even successfully used this function to bring actress Sydney Sweeney into the crypto world. Multi-chain support. It's not limited to Solana. It's also support multiple chain like ETH and Algorand. Algorand? What? This means its users and the liquidity will keep growing and it won't be restricted to just one chain. So Risk doesn't seem to have a white paper yet. No one has white papers. But maybe it's in docs, you mean? For an AI project that solves pain points, there is often detailed white paper to explain it, but I couldn't find one on the official website. Really, I didn't see the AI project have white papers. I think that's the 2017 ICO. There is just simple introduction and how the okay, so no white paper. Yeah, but now you know that it's also multi-chain. If you want to send to your friend, Algorand. Imagine you have a friend, you need to send him some money and they don't have the crypto wallet, so you just send them Algorand. Nyla will create a wallet for them. smart money loading on Nyla. Yeah, it's a good tool. It's a cool tool for transfers on Twitter. What's the AI part of it? That's the question. What is so? If it's just a transfer money, send money to this person, then how is that an AI? But okay, I respect the game. The highest it went was 11 mil. And now it's pretty much corrected and bouncing from the bottom, which is 1.8, 1.6. Yeah. And now it's 2.6. That was Nyla. The lion 4 weeks ago. The lion does not concern himself with the description. We looked at this one before. Elizabeth Cath. This was launched 1 day ago and still hasn't rugged or collapsed, so that means it's something Mr. Stencil. This is Will Stencil, a research metropolicy and civil rights, 108,000 followers, focused on housing and schools, proud member of Do Something Twitter. So this person does metro policy and civil rights, yet he has 128,000 posts. He is very, very prolific on Twitter. Anything neo-Nazis who are interested in this site love to invite me to their group chat. So he just does politics and anything that rages and rages people. They're just quick assumptions here. 128,000 posts. Is an awesome dev. He ought to be Green God Candle and God. Wait, is he the creator of this token? Is he the dev? I think when this starts to send, it'll get violent. Is this the dev? No. This is our name. Yeah, they say that this is the dev. I don't see anywhere. Is he saying anywhere that is he promoting this sticker? No. I don't see him promoting the sticker. Who said it's his? We need to dive deeper, guys. Yeah, no sight of crypto on his profile. A user named Will Stencil is experiencing a large-scale organized online harassment campaign. The harassment created a cartoon series about him and coined it a catchphrase. It do be like that, Mr. Stencil. Then the entire community spams this phrase in the replies to every post he makes, forming severe online harassment. The phrase, it do be like this, Mr. Stencil, is grammatically incorrect and carries mocking. Okay. So just harass that guy with 100k followers with the stencil meme. Oh yeah, okay. So that's a community launched against him basically. He's not the one who's building it, and chances are that he will not engage with it. Interesting that it became so popular and almost 600k market cap. It was 626 at the top. Uh, 44% top 10, not interested. Mooncake, we looked at it. Not interested. 43%. San Chan, holding pretty good. Look at that, holding the level. If you draw here support line, with all the things that happening in crypto in general, and we have San Chan, the kawaii Shiba that's walking across Japan with the Papa Kanaro, Kanatro. Neat work. Is it pumping? Oh wow. Didn't I feel like I had it in the wallet? I had it in limit orders. Oh yeah, we did completed it. See, that's where it's pays. You buy a coin, and then you just sit on it, and you keep your limit order open, just like I had, and it closed the limit order. So we got that pump, and we have other limit orders open right now. But what caused such a big spike from 80,000 to 1.8 million? Was there a big update or something? Did someone load up on the token? Ten hours ago. This is our research on the work we did in October 11. And back then, let's look at what was the market cap for it back then in October 11. It was 700K. So that was before the big crash. So it went from 700K to 80,000, which is 10 times less, 90% correction. We had our open order still open, our limit order still open, the take profit, and then it's closed as it went up. The whole narrative is that you post little jobs for raids, and then you pay people in Solana in the work coin of their own coin to raid that tweet. And this is an amazing tool because there is lots of people, the promoters, Web3 marketers, they're gonna spend money to promote some corporate tweets, corporate accounts. You need to grow those accounts, and you need to buy the traffic, you need to buy engagement. And there are lots of, this whole area is kind of gray area because you don't want to buy a bot farm, you want to buy real users, and work does that. You hire real people, so they repost, retweet, and like and engage, comment with their real accounts. Of course, there will be some farms and people will try to game the system, but we need to have those rails. We need to have that ability. So if I have 5K and I'm a Web3 marketer and I want to promote some project, I need to go somewhere that is not gonna be a place where I'm not gonna get scammed and my money taken away. You can go and find like online people, right? Places where the people deal traffic and engagement. You need to go somewhere where it's transparent, and work does that. September 27. In addition to the 402 concept, there is also holding coins for dividends. The market cap just broke 2 mil, and the project uses 402 technology. Oh, since when work using 402 technology? I thought 402 is the transactions over the HTTP protocol. Work gets you enough traffic per month through post that X will start sending you checks. Okay, so they had this demo where they integrated X402 payments. Agents are hiring humans on the work platform and the payment is made. Okay, nice. That's a like. That is a nice informative tweet. So now the agents will be posting on the work platform and pay the real humans for engagements on Twitter using the X402 protocol, that is the protocol for payments invented by Coinbase or resurfaced by Coinbase. And it's facilitated by PayAI network. Wow. So these companies, they just work together now. And the ICM Meta is the companies who launched through the ICM. Now they're talking to each other and they're collabing and partnering up. Basically Fiverr but for crypto. They could grow into a legitimate $100 million business. Sub 500K market cap. Okay, so that's work. That's what they did. They partnered up with PayAI and now PayAI network, and the agents now can do payments through X402 protocol on the work marketplace. Grokipedia 3 weeks ago. Elon Musk XAI is building Grokipedia, a smarter AI-powered encyclopedia built to surpass Wikipedia. There were so many coins for whatever is Elon Musk is building, like all those companions and XChat and Grok and Gork. I cannot believe how many Elon has so many fanboys, and they just continue pumping whatever he says and does. Well, maybe I'm fading this amazing narrative that there is a Wikipedia and it's influenced by the liberals, and then Elon gonna build his own Grokpedia based on the Grok gonna feel that Wikipedia. Maybe I just faded an amazing narrative, but again, we are vibe trading here. I don't want to look at Grokpedia. Stupid name. Bitcoin mascot. We looked at this guy. Pippin, that's one of the OGs in meme coin. The market cap is 28 mil. Look at that. It went as high as 255 million and now it's bouncing at the bottom. Went to 10. Where was the lowest? Anywhere lowest than 10? I guess this drop was definitely lower than 10. And that was October 10. From 20 to 12. And now it's 28. What is this? Open in the app. Hard to pick a favorite, but this might be it. Model OI Mini. O1 Mini. Realistic unicorn, detailed unicorn. Who is Yohei's full profile? Hundred and 100,000 followers. VC by day, builder by night. Yohei Nakajima. So what he chose, I need to do bigger research on Pippin because it's an OG token. It pumped to 280, right? And right now it's still holding 200 million market cap. Wobbly little unicorn, listener of whispers, chaser of sunbeams, friend, Pippin, has a telegram. I would love to see the community to give me a little bit info about this token. No, no real information, just traders and bots. So Pippin Loves You was automated by the guy we just checked, the VC from YC, the venture capitalist from Y Combinator. Do you interact with him somehow? So he posts some stuff. His last post was August 26th. Guys, what's happening? August 8th. Being a cloud invites us to drift softly through thoughts where whispering reflections can help us grow as we float above it all. August 4th. The wind sings softly, wrapping me in a cozy hug, reminding me to snuggle myself kindly during breezy times. Okay, this just is that the worst AI slop you've ever seen? For me, that's getting in that area. And why is it holding 28 mil? It's just because the founder, maybe he put himself 2 mil into the chart and now that's why it's 28 mil. Because this bot is, first of all, it's not working anymore. And no way this was funny, interesting, just tweets. 4,000 tweets he made with some images. I like the character, it was consistent all over the all of the tweets. That is pretty hard for the any model, is character consistency. Yeah, this Pippin Loves You, I don't understand what's the lore behind it. There is a Telegram group and it's still holding pretty high, $28 million. D&D and GMI, we're not gonna make it. Interactive on-chain storytelling game where your replies shape the fate of a glitching digital dungeon. How it works: we post a story prompt on X via DNG and GMI. You reply with your move. The best replies are chosen to continue the story. At least they have some mechanics. Launched 6 months ago. And it pumped 6 months ago, and right now it's pumping again from 90k to 428. Let's see those stories. What are they building into? D&D and GMI, agent swarms open source. So there is D&D. Sorry, that's not where I wanted to press. So there is D&D and there is CLSTR. X402 season. Indeed, there is X402 season, because if you're doing anything related to bots, swarms, agents, you want them to make little payments to each other. X402 is nothing without the high quality agentic capabilities. This is why we are focusing on developing a variety of agents that can meet demands from creators and consumers. Yeah, I don't see any of that stuff. The story, reply to this, to build a story. Lens, the dev behind Lens, he said that he is not interested anymore to build the project, or something along those lines. And yeah, someone should offer to help to continue Lens, especially with the growing adoption of X402. Agentic work experiences can make a lot of sense now. And this is the dev posting that they are discontinuing Lens. He was also, his name is Anthony, and he's also working on some other project. Yeah, everyone is adopting this X402, so maybe we will see a lot of bots and ICM tokens popping again because they adopted the X402 protocol with the small payments between agents. But what does DND and GMI does? I still didn't understand. The description was fun and interesting. There is only oh sorry, there is a link. Welcome to Ask Sim. What is this? Lightning fast AI chat with crypto, news, fashion, styling, payments. Looks like the team is just iterating and experimenting, trying different things, because Ask Sim is not DND and GMI. Okay guys, thank you for tuning in. This was Ape-In, available in iOS App Store and on web at app.ape-in.com, and where you can swipe coins left and right and see what's popping, quickly learn about the project, see what people talk about on crypto Twitter.